You stand on the precipice of understanding, a moment where two paths diverge before you. One leads into the swirling chaos of a life untethered, a world where every noise shatters the fragile barrier of your thoughts. The other, a quieter road, is not without its storms but holds the promise of clarity amidst them. Yet, this is no passive selection. The path to calm is not granted by fate or the whim of the universe. It is claimed. The lie of the modern age whispers that peace is external, a gift bestowed by circumstances aligning perfectly, like the stars in a fleeting constellation. But you know this is untrue. You feel it in the restless nights, the relentless noise that echoes in your own mind. Calm is no accident. It is rebellion, a defiant act in a world that thrives on distraction. To choose calm is to declare war on the trivial. It is not a retreat into silence, but a deliberate sharpening of the soul. You refuse to let the chaos consume you, not by ignoring it, but by mastering it. This mastery begins when you recognize that every moment is a choice, to react blindly or to act with intention. Think not of calm as weakness. It is a strength so profound that it terrifies those who cannot grasp it. It is the fortress of your being, built brick by brick with awareness and discipline. To walk this path, you must first see the illusion of control for what it is, a fragile shell that shatters at the slightest touch. True calm, unshakable calm, emerges when you stop clinging to the uncontrollable and turn inward, to the one domain that is truly yours. The question is not whether the world will rage on. It will, as it always has. The question is whether you will allow yourself to be swept away or whether you will stand firm, unyielding, in the face of it. To choose calm is not to deny chaos, but to rise above it. This is your moment to decide. Will you claim the stillness that is your birthright, or will you surrender to the storm? Find your anchor within. The world dances on the edge of collapse. Structures once thought eternal crumble, the ground beneath your feet shifts, and the horizon blurs with uncertainty. Yet, amidst this tempest of disorder, there exists one constant, one force untouched by the chaos, you. Not the fleeting image you project to the world, but the core of your being, the silent, untouchable center that remains when all else falls away. You are not a leaf, tossed by the winds of circumstance. You are the tree, rooted deep in the soil of your existence. The storm may rage, the branches may sway, but the roots, if you dare to seek them, hold fast. This is the anchor you must find, the unshakable foundation of your self-awareness. The tragedy of most lives is not the chaos outside, but the void within. Those who fail to discover their own center drift endlessly, slaves to every whim and wave. But you, who have glimpsed the possibility of strength, must go deeper. To find your anchor is not a passive act. It demands rebellion against distraction, against the lies that tell you peace resides anywhere but within. Do not look to others to steady you. They too are caught in their own storms. Do not seek salvation in fleeting pleasures or the hollow promises of the world. Instead, descend into the depths of your own soul, where the noise fades and the truth reveals itself. There you will find a stillness that nothing can disturb, a place so solid, so unyielding, that even the chaos of existence must bow before it. To anchor yourself is to claim sovereignty over your life. It is to stand as a lighthouse in the storm, illuminating not only your path, but casting light for others lost in the darkness. You are the one constant, the unwavering point in a world addicted to change. Recognize this truth, and the chaos will no longer have power over you. Instead, you will move through it like a master, untouched and unstoppable. The world may be unstable, but you are not. Let the rest collapse, if it must. You remain. Choose. But understand this, each choice echoes into eternity. Learn to embrace the inevitable. There is a weight that crushes the human spirit, not the burden of effort, but the futile strain of resisting the inevitable. You fight against time, against loss, against the tides of existence that neither heed your will nor pause for your defiance. This struggle consumes you, yet it achieves nothing. To accept what cannot be changed is not weakness, it is liberation. Life is not a puzzle to be solved, nor a machine to be controlled. It is a river, vast and unyielding, flowing where it must. You cannot redirect its course with your hands, nor can you halt its current with your will. The wise do not attempt to dam the river. They learn to navigate its waters, to let its force carry them rather than drown them. To resist the inevitable is to waste the energy that could fuel your true ascent. You cannot stop the seasons, nor can you command the storms, but you can choose how you endure them. This choice is your power, the only power that matters. To accept what lies beyond your control is to reclaim what is truly yours, your response, your perspective, your soul unbroken by circumstance. Do not mistake surrender for submission. It is not passive resignation, but active alignment with reality. By ceasing to fight the uncontrollable, you free yourself to focus on what can be shaped, molded, and transformed. The chaos of the world may rage around you, but within, you remain untouched, a force of calm in the eye of the storm. The inevitable is not your enemy, it is your teacher. It strips away illusion and forces you to confront the truth, that you are small in the grand design, but within that smallness lies the infinite. Once you accept this, you will discover a strength that defies the external. You will move through life like a warrior who has laid down their sword, not out of defeat, but because they no longer need it. Free yourself from the past. The past clings to you like a shadow, whispering its tales of regret, loss, and triumph. It seeks to define you, to bind you in chains forged by memory. But you are not the prisoner of what has been. You are the architect of what will be. The past is not a home, but a road you have already traveled. To linger there is to deny the vastness of the path that lies ahead. Do not mistake the weight of the past for its value. It holds lessons, yes, hard truths carved into the soul by time's unrelenting hand. But these lessons are not meant to shackle you. They are meant to sharpen you. The scars you bear are not symbols of your defeat, but proof of your survival. Each wound teaches, each fall instructs. But to let these moments define you is to reduce yourself to echoes of a life already lived. To free yourself from the past is not to forget it, nor to erase it. It is to honor it as the teacher it was meant to be. Extract its wisdom, then leave it behind. Do not carry its weight forward, for it will only slow your stride. The mountain climber does not ascend with rocks in their pack. They take only what is essential and let the rest fall away. You are not your mistakes, nor your victories. You are the ever-becoming, the force that transcends time's grasp. The past may have shaped you, but it does not own you. To move forward, you must sever the chains of nostalgia and regret. Cast off the illusions of what if and if only. These are the whispers of a ghost that cannot harm you unless you invite it to stay. Look to the horizon, for that is where your power resides. The future is unwritten, and you are the hand that holds the pen. Let the past remain where it belongs, behind you. Move forward not as a prisoner of memory, but as a creator of destiny. Seek meaning even in suffering. Pain carves through existence like a blade, sharp and unrelenting. It spares no one, yet it is not the enemy you believe it to be. Suffering in its raw and merciless form is a call, an invitation to rise above the trivial and confront the essence of your being. It strips away illusions, forcing you to ask not, why me, but what for? This shift, this single question, transforms agony into purpose and despair into strength. Nietzsche's words echo with undeniable truth. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. It is not the suffering itself that destroys, it is the absence of meaning within it. Without purpose, pain becomes unbearable, a void that consumes. But when you anchor suffering to a cause, a vision, a reason greater than the agony itself, it ceases to be an adversary. It becomes fuel, a crucible in which your character is forged. You must not flee from suffering or deny its existence. To do so is to deny life itself, for life and struggle are inseparable. Instead, embrace it as a teacher, harsh but necessary. Look deeply into its eyes and ask, what are you here to reveal? In this act of confrontation, you reclaim your power. You transform suffering from a force of destruction to a catalyst for growth. Consider the artist, who bleeds their torment onto the canvas, creating beauty from their pain. Consider the warrior, who endures unimaginable trials to protect what they hold dear. In each, suffering serves a purpose. It sharpens resolve, deepens understanding, and elevates the soul. It is not the torment that defines them, but their ability to extract meaning from it. The world tells you to avoid suffering, to bury it beneath distractions or numb it with fleeting pleasures. But this is a lie. True strength does not come from evasion, it comes from transcendence. When you understand that your suffering has a why, it no longer holds power over you. Instead, it becomes the fire through which you are reborn. Do not fear the pain. Fear the life lived without purpose. Seek the meaning hidden within your suffering, and you will find a strength that no force in this world can shatter. Create a morning ritual. The dawn is not merely the beginning of a new day. It is a sacred threshold, a moment suspended between the chaos of what was and the infinite potential of what could be. Yet, how often do you squander this precious time, rushing headlong into the noise of the world without pausing to claim it as your own? In those first moments of waking, you hold the power to set the tone for everything that follows. 5 minutes of silence, just 5, can reshape the entire course of your existence. Silence is not empty. It is alive, pulsating with truths that the clamor of life drowns out. It is the stillness where clarity emerges, where you confront the unvarnished reality of yourself. To sit in silence each morning is to reject the tyranny of distraction, to declare that the first moments of your day belong to you and no one else. Imagine this. The world is quiet, the light of the sun just beginning to brush against the edges of the sky. You sit, unmoving, eyes closed, breathing steady. The chaos of yesterday fades like a distant echo. In this stillness, you are not your roles, your obligations, or the weight of your regrets. You are simply being. In these 5 minutes, you reclaim your sovereignty. This ritual is not a luxury. It is an act of rebellion. The world demands that you wake and immediately surrender to its demands, its noise, its ceaseless urgency. But by choosing silence, you resist. You take back control. You remind yourself that before you can face the world, you must first face yourself. What will you find in this silence? Perhaps nothing at first. But over time, the fog will clear. The thoughts that race unchecked will slow, revealing the deeper currents of your mind. And in those currents, you may discover answers, resolve, or simply the strength to begin anew. 5 minutes. That is all it takes to transform the chaos of waking into an act of intention. It is not the length of time that matters, but the depth of the moment. Begin each day not as a victim of circumstance, but as its architect. Let silence be your foundation, and from it, build a day and a life rooted in purpose. Strengthen the body to fortify the spirit. The body and the spirit are not separate entities. They are bound together in a dance as ancient as existence itself. To neglect one is to weaken the other, for the spirit cannot soar if the body falters, and the body withers when the spirit is shackled by despair. Yet, in the simplicity of motion lies a profound truth. To move the body is to awaken the soul. Imagine yourself stepping outside, the air crisp and alive with the promise of renewal. Each step you take is not merely a physical act. It is a declaration, a defiance against stagnation. The earth beneath your feet reminds you of your roots, while the open sky above whispers of your potential. In this rhythm, your breath aligns with the pulse of the world, and something shifts within you. A simple walk is not so simple when viewed through the lens of purpose. It is an act of communion, with nature, with yourself, and with the vitality you so often take for granted. The movement of your muscles, the steady beat of your heart, the expansion of your lungs, all of it sings a silent hymn to life. This is where strength is cultivated, not in grand gestures, but in the deliberate, mindful act of being present in your own body. The world will try to convince you that healing is complex, that strength is found in struggle alone. But there is power in simplicity. A walk under the sun, a stroll through the forest, or even a quiet journey along the familiar path. All of these reconnect you to what is eternal. The body thrives on motion, and as it strengthens, so too does the spirit. Do not underestimate the transformative power of this act. What begins as a walk becomes a journey, a reclamation of your vitality, your focus, your will. In every step, you leave behind the weight of doubt and despair, replacing it with clarity and resolve. The path you walk is not just physical, it is symbolic. With each stride, you move closer to the person you are always meant to be. Strengthen your body, and you will find your spirit rising to meet it. The two are inextricable, mirrors reflecting the same truth, that within you lies a force capable of overcoming anything, if only you choose to awaken it. Let the walk begin. Let the transformation take hold. Separate your thoughts from emotions. The mind is a battlefield, a place where thoughts clash with emotions, each vying for dominion over your actions, your beliefs, your very identity. Yet, how often do you confuse the two? How often do you mistake the fleeting surge of emotion for truth, or allow a passing thought to wield the power of a commandment? To live in such chaos is to be ruled by impulses you do not understand. To rise above it is to reclaim your sovereignty. Not every thought is worthy of your attention. The mind churns endlessly, generating ideas, doubts, and fears, most of which are echoes of past experiences or the projections of an anxious future. These thoughts do not define you. They are mere ripples on the surface of your consciousness. To follow every one is to be dragged into a maze with no exit, a prisoner of your own mind. And emotions, those fierce fleeting storms, they too are not absolute. They are reactions, not realities. Anger may roar like thunder, but it does not mean injustice is present. Sadness may weigh heavy like a storm cloud, but it does not mean all is lost. Emotions are messengers, yes, but their messages are often distorted by the filters of your past and the illusions of your expectations. To master yourself, you must stand apart from this chaos. Be the observer, not the participant. Watch your thoughts rise and fall like waves, without clinging to them. Feel your emotions surge and fade, without letting them dictate your actions. This distance is not detachment, it is clarity. It is the space where wisdom resides, where you can discern what is real from what is fleeting. Imagine your mind as a vast sky. Thoughts are clouds, emotions the winds. They come and go, but the sky remains unchanging, vast and still. You are the sky, not the storm within it. When you remember this, you reclaim your power. You no longer react blindly. You choose deliberately. This is not an easy path. It demands vigilance, discipline, and the courage to confront the chaos within you. But in this mastery lies freedom, the freedom to act, not out of fear or habit, but from the deepest truths of your being. Separate your thoughts from your emotions, and you will no longer be at their mercy. Instead, you will stand above the storm, unshaken, a force unto yourself. Eliminate the excess noise. In a world where voices scream from every corner, where distractions lurk in every shadow, how easily do you lose yourself in the noise? The cacophony of opinions, demands, and influences bombards you from all sides, drowning your clarity, clouding your vision, and eroding your purpose. The truth is, most of this noise is not meant for you. It is the echo of others' fears, insecurities, and desires. It calls for your attention, but it does not deserve it. To live a life of power, of intention, you must learn the art of refusal. No is not a rejection. It is a declaration of what you choose to cultivate and what you choose to discard. And the first thing you must reject is the toxic. Toxic people, with their endless complaints, their petty dramas, their need for your energy, offer you nothing but decay. They seek to drag you into their mire, to bind you to their mediocrity. Do not allow it. To say no to them is not to abandon compassion, but to protect your vitality. Every moment spent entangled in their toxicity is a moment stolen from your own growth, from your own ascent. You are not here to mend the broken, but to rise alongside those who seek higher ground. Choose your companions wisely, for they will shape the world in which you dwell. And then there is the constant flood of information, unnecessary, unfiltered, and often irrelevant. The world will try to fill your mind with trivialities, with the latest outrage, the newest trend, the endless chatter of a society that values noise over substance. But the mind is a garden, and what you allow to grow within it will determine the quality of your life. Drown out the unnecessary. Filter the noise. Curate the thoughts that enter your consciousness as you would the food you nourish your body with. Only allow the truths that serve your purpose, that elevate your mind and soul. In this process of elimination, you will find clarity. As the noise fades, the whispers of your true self will become louder, clearer, stronger. You will no longer be at the mercy of the world's demands, but will move through it as a force that commands attention. The power of saying no is not in its rejection, but in its clarity. By eliminating the excess noise, you make room for what truly matters. And in that space, you will find your purpose, your strength, your peace. The noise will continue, but you will no longer be part of it. Create your sanctuary of calm. The world around you is a whirlwind, a constant storm of demands, judgments, and chaos. It is relentless, brutal, pulling you in every direction. But within you lies the power to create a refuge, a space untouched by the noise, a place where the storm cannot reach. This is not a luxury, it is a necessity. For in the quiet, you will find your true strength, your clarity, your essence. Your sanctuary does not require grandeur. It is not defined by opulence or space. It is defined by its ability to give you peace, to restore you when the world seeks to deplete you. It could be a room, a corner of your home, a park bench where the air carries the scent of earth and freedom. It could even be a place within your mind, a vivid landscape of your own creation, where you can retreat whenever you need. The form does not matter. What matters is the purpose it serves, to offer stillness in a world that never stops. It is here, in this sacred space, that you reconnect with yourself. In the stillness, your mind clears. You are not your worries, your tasks, your roles. You are simply being. And in that state of being, you remember the truth. You are not a cog in the machine. You are the creator of your own existence. The world will always try to invade. The demands will never cease. But if you have this corner of stillness, a place where you are free to breathe, to think, to simply exist without the pressures of external forces, you will possess a power that no storm can break. It is not in isolation that you find peace, but in the ability to return to yourself when the world grows too loud. Your sanctuary is not a retreat from life, it is a return to it. In the quiet of your space, you find the strength to face the noise, the clarity to cut through the chaos, the courage to live authentically. So, create your sanctuary. Whether it is a room, a place in nature, or a mental refuge, build it with intention. Make it a space that serves not just as an escape, but as a foundation upon which you can rise, more powerful and resolute than ever. Laugh at yourself. To laugh at yourself is not an act of self-deprecation. It is a triumphant declaration of freedom. The world will constantly seek to impose its demands upon you, to weigh you down with its expectations, its judgments, its fears. But within you lies a power that no external force can control, the ability to laugh in the face of it all. To mock your own fragility, to revel in your imperfections, is to stand above the anxiety that seeks to consume you. Humor is not mere distraction, it is a weapon. It is the sharp edge that cuts through the heavy fog of worry, the light that shatters the darkness of doubt. When you can laugh at your own missteps, when you can smile at the absurdity of the struggle, you render fear powerless. Anxiety cannot thrive in the presence of someone who has embraced their own flaws with a sense of humor. To laugh at yourself is to declare that you are not defined by your failures, your mistakes, or your shortcomings. These are mere moments in the grand play of life, fleeting, insignificant, and laughable. You are not the sum of your misfortunes. You are the eternal observer, the one who can rise above it all. In this laughter, you find liberation. You transcend the fear that paralyzes so many, for you know that no matter what comes, you will face it with the same irreverent smile. The world may mock, may judge, may seek to break you, but your laughter is the final word. It is the declaration that you will not be undone by the trivialities of existence. So laugh. Laugh at your flaws, at your failures, at the very absurdity of the human condition. In that laughter, you will find not weakness, but strength. You will find the courage to face the world with a heart unburdened by its gravity. And in the end, it is this laughter that will carry you through the darkest of times, because the one who laughs is the one who is truly free. Create, don't destroy. To create is to assert your existence against the chaos of the world. In a universe that is indifferent to your struggles, to your triumphs, to your very being, the act of creation is an act of defiance. It is the purest expression of your will, an affirmation that you are not a passive spectator, but an active participant in the unfolding of the cosmos. When you create, you shape reality, not just around you, but within you. Each stroke of the brush, each word you write, each note you play, is a step closer to understanding the depths of your own soul. Creation is not merely the act of making something external. It is the process of revealing what is hidden within, of bringing forth the unseen into the light. It is the journey inward, where the raw material of your thoughts, desires, and emotions are transformed into something tangible, something real. In a world that often urges you to tear down, to destroy, to judge, creation offers a counterforce. Destruction may bring temporary relief, but it erodes the very fabric of your being. It leaves nothing behind but emptiness, a void that can never be filled. Creation, on the other hand, fills that void, not with what the world expects, but with what only you can bring into being. Do not be fooled into believing that destruction is easier, or that it holds more power. It is the Creator who wields true strength. For what is created, once brought into existence, has the power to endure, to inspire, to transcend. It becomes a part of the world, a testament to your will, an echo of your essence. You are not meant to destroy. You are meant to create. Every act of creation, no matter how small, is a victory over the chaos, a victory over the forces that seek to diminish you. When you create, you affirm life. You bring order to the disorder, beauty to the ugliness, meaning to the void. In the act of creation, you move closer to your true self, closer to the infinite potential within you. The world may crumble, but your creations remain. They are the bridges you build between the chaos and the calm, the fleeting and the eternal. So create. Create with abandon, with passion, with purpose. For in every act of creation, you are not just shaping the world, you are shaping your own soul. Surround yourself with what inspires you. The world is filled with distractions, shallow voices, empty pursuits, and the relentless hum of mediocrity. Yet, in the midst of this noise, you have the power to choose what enters your field of vision, what fills your mind, what sparks the fire within your soul. To live purposefully, you must surround yourself not with the trivial, but with that which uplifts, challenges, and ignites your deepest potential. Inspiration is not a luxury. It is the very fuel that sustains your inner fire. What you expose yourself to shapes you. The books you read are the thoughts you carry. The music you listen to is the rhythm of your heart. The people you surround yourself with are the mirrors in which you see yourself reflected. Do not allow the mundane to fill your space. Instead, seek out the things that stir your soul, the people who challenge your thinking, the environments that elevate your senses. Your surroundings must be a reflection of your highest aspirations, not a reflection of the noise that seeks to drown them out. There is power in the things that inspire you. A single line from a book, a chord from a psalm, a moment of silence in nature. These are the moments where you reconnect with the essence of who you are. They remind you of your purpose, your drive, your infinite potential. They pull you out of the mundane and into the realm of the extraordinary. When you surround yourself with inspiration, you align yourself with greatness. You absorb the energy of those who have dared to dream, to create, to challenge the status quo. You are not just living, you are becoming. You are steeped in the ideas, the visions, the forces that will push you toward your greatest self. This is not a passive act. To surround yourself with inspiration is an active choice, one that demands you seek out what elevates you, what pushes your boundaries, what forces you to think differently. It requires you to reject the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. In a world that often seeks to diminish, you must be the one who chooses what to let in. You must fill your life with that which inspires, that which elevates, that which connects you with the highest version of yourself. Only then can you truly rise above the noise, standing tall as a force of creation, a beacon of what is possible when you align yourself with that which truly inspires. Remember, life is a process, not a goal. You are constantly told that there is a destination, a final point where all will be well, where the struggles cease, and the rewards are reaped. But I tell you this, the very concept of a goal is a trap, a mirage that lures you into a life of perpetual striving. The truth lies in the journey itself, in each moment, each breath, each step you take toward the unknown. The world around you urges you to focus on the finish line, to chase after the illusion of completion as if it will bring you peace, fulfillment, or meaning. But in doing so, you bypass the essence of life itself. Life is not a race to be won, nor a task to be completed. It is a process, an ongoing unfolding of experiences, challenges, and triumphs. If you wait for the end to be happy, you will have missed the greatness in the very act of living. To live fully is to embrace the process, to find joy in the struggle, to celebrate each step you take along the path. The beauty is not in the end result, but in the transformation that occurs along the way. Each moment of effort, each moment of doubt, each victory and every failure, they are all part of the grand design. They are the very fabric of your existence. In your obsession with the future, you lose sight of the present. You miss the richness of the now, the possibilities that lie in every action, every thought, every decision. Life is not a line to be crossed, but an ongoing work of art that you shape with each choice you make. There is no final masterpiece, only the brushstrokes that create it. So, rejoice in the steps. Rejoice in the moments that seem insignificant, in the challenges that test your strength, in the small victories that lead to greater ones. These are the true markers of life's greatness. The final destination, if it ever comes, is but a fleeting moment. But the process, the journey you are on, is eternal. Do not wait for life to begin when you reach a certain point, for life is already happening in every moment. The goal is not the end. It is the continual movement, the relentless pursuit of becoming. Embrace the journey, for it is in the journey that you will find yourself, and it is only through the journey that you will truly understand what it means to live. As you stand at the crossroads of your own life, remember this: peace, strength, and purpose are not destinations. They are the essence of each moment lived with intention. Every step you take, every challenge you face, every choice you make is part of the grand design. So let go of the illusion of perfection and embrace the power in the process. Create, laugh, grow, and above all, live fully in the now. May you find peace in every step, strength in every challenge, and wisdom in every moment. Keep moving forward, for the journey is where your true power lies.